What's good? It's Dave, and I want to share an article that I came upon that I found really interesting. Canadian real estate prices are dropping. How bad do banks think it can get? And so this article goes on to summarize the position of the big six banks: RBC, BMO, CIBC, National Bank, TD, and Scotia. Each they describe the worst case forecasts for each bank. Now they're talking about Canadian real estate, so not local to any specific market, and they're talking about worst case scenarios, or they sometimes call adverse scenarios. So right off the start, RBC worst case scenario, they're predicting a 30% drop in pricing. BMO, a very similar drop forecast, worst case, of 9.4, followed by another 18%. You add those two up, and you're roughly the same as RBC's position. So we have two very negative views of the worst case scenario, followed by two kind of mediocre. CIBC saying worst case maybe a fall of 0.5%, so not very much at all. And then National Bank perhaps a small drop of 1.9%. So pretty negligible positions by both CIBC and National Bank. And then on the other side, we have TD and Scotiabank with actually very rosy colored worst case scenarios. So even in a worst case, their adverse scenario, a forecast rise of 11.1% up. And Scotiabank similar, expecting 9.8% appreciation in a worst case scenario. So I find it fascinating. Now, I'd say the economists that advise to the banks and work for the banks, I'm sure, are smarter than me and highly educated and much more experienced. And what I learned or take away from these six opinions is just the disparity between the worst case, minus 30% on one side, and a plus 11 on the other side, a 40% spread, again, on a worst case scenario. So to me, it shows that even the top of the industry economists don't have a clear view on what's going to happen in Canadian real estate over the next year. And it could land anywhere in between, or it could be much more positive than any of these worst case forecasts. So if you're a home buyer and you're thinking, when should I buy? Should I buy now, or should I wait for prices to drop further? Or maybe you're a seller and you're thinking, should we sell and list right away, or is the price is going to bounce back a bit? My answer to you would be to focus on time in the market and not so much timing the market. If you're a buyer, I believe the best time to plant an oak tree is right now, not to wait. You don't wait to buy real estate, you buy real estate and wait. And if you're a seller, chances are you're moving to somewhere else. You need a place to live. So prices may go up or down, but if you're trying to time that with your next relocation and purchasing on that side of things too, I'm going to caution you against timing the market and focus more on time in the market. So let me know what you think. I'd also encourage you, if you're looking for how does this impact you in Ottawa, our team is constantly looking at the latest market data and trends and pricing. We'd love to have a conversation with you and discuss what your home might be worth. Thanks so much for watching. Well, take care. And as always, I'm Dave Robertson, your real estate professional for life.